Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you're having a great day. So today is a huge day. Huge. Okay. So today, obviously, you have the FOMC meeting that's going on. Should end, a little bit before 2. Then at 2 o'clock, you actually have Chairman Powell that's going to stand up in front of everybody and let everybody know his sentiment and how much the rate is going to be raised. It could be 100. A lot of people are saying it should be 100, but they're expecting 75. There's one company, I believe it's Wells Fargo, that actually went out and said, why not just go the whole 150? Insane idea, just because of how it would affect the markets. The number, though, yeah, most likely probably the right number to get to. But they'll do it, the Fed is going to do it across a couple of rates. Another thing that's happening that most people are not paying attention to are the mega banks are actually going to be on Capitol Hill getting grilled today. I'll read you the list. JPMorgan Chase, the country's largest, just putting that out there for you. Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, PNC Financial Services Group, US Bancorp, Truist Financial Corporation, and Morgan Stanley. Yeah, those are the big players that are out there. And they're going to take a lot. They'll talk about a whole litany of things, right? ESG, probably crypto, regulatory affairs, blah, 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 blah. What I'm going to be keen on listening to are any hints at their forward thinking as to how they think the markets are going. Somebody that I'm probably keying in on is probably Jamie Dimon, and for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is because Mr. Dimon has a history of saying, oh, well, I'm not really into crypto, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, JPMorgan Chase has a crazy crypto reach. Right? I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. They have a crazy crypto reach. So that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a year. It happens over the course of years. So all that time that he was talking all that nonsense, he's been deep in it. Him and his company has been deep in it. So I'm listening to hear what he has to say. I'm obviously listening to what the other CEOs are saying that might tap into those thoughts, whether, for it, against it, whatever. But I'm definitely going to be listening to what's going on there. The next one up is Tether. Tether's got problems. Remember I told you that a lot of people don't want to deal with Tether just because of the history of Tether and all that good stuff? Well, I did not know that Tether is actually in court. Plaintiff is in New York. Plaintiff has accused them of market manipulation, meaning taking Tether to buy Bitcoin to drive prices up and then eventually crashing. So that's a big deal. Court's response, hey, Tether, produce documents that demonstrate your reserve. Remember the big, change in accounting firms a little while ago that Tether had? This is why. So that's interesting to me because that has a profound effect. Imagine Tether losing its peg. The bad news over Tether is going to be enough. So yeah, I'm expecting that to have, a rippling effect going forward. Now, what people aren't realizing is FTX is not the only company that's vying for Voyager's assets, meaning taking part in that auction. The other company that's taking part in that auction is Binance. Now, both companies could stand to do a lot if they acquire those assets, right? I think Binance's move is just so that FTX can't have it. It's not that I want it. It's that you can't have it. I think that's it. Yeah, if it's reminiscent of Genghis Khan, yep, that'd be it. Something I find to be funny, the International Monetary Fund is out there saying, oh, we need a global framework on crypto regulation. I'm laughing because they've spent an insane amount of time putting down crypto. And now that they finally have come to the realization that crypto is not going away and that they had better, jump on the bandwagon and be a part of the regulatory process, why didn't you start that before? Why weren't you the leader before? Work with the United States, work with the UK, work with the larger countries around the world to start creating that framework. Instead, what we have right now is nothing like what they're suggesting, which is separate states, meaning nations, are creating their own frameworks. Some nations are going to look at other nations and say, yeah, we like that. We're going to adopt something like that. but you have pockets. You don't really have an international stand or framework for crypto regulation. Now you know why FTX is looking to be one of the world's largest crypto exchanges to actually seek out regulation and be regulated, because they can see it coming. They can see a whole bunch of problems coming down the road, and they don't want those problems. They do not want those problems. So something that I'm paying attention to that I did not know, Jim Messina, you might know the name. He was President Obama's fixer. I don't mean fixer like bad stuff. I mean like he was the guy that would work connections to help Obama get things done. And he happens to be an advisor for BlockchainCom and their governmental affairs, and not just the United States. That is huge, because it says that the reach of the crypto space has gotten that far. It says that there are a lot of people that are working to make sure that crypto is regulated in a more favorable fashion around the world. Now, is that going to be perfect going forward? No, of course not. Not everything is going to be perfect. But as long as they're not stupid in key areas, having a stupid regulation in the United States would be bad. The same way that having one in Singapore would be bad, Hong Kong would be bad, UK would be bad, Middle East would be bad. And it's also one of those things where if we do it right, things will be a lot better in the future, and the future is not that far away. So I like that. That's a slick move from one of the smaller exchanges. I mean, it's not a small exchange. It's just smaller than a Coinbase, a Kraken, a Binance, obviously, an FTX. But it's a nice size. BlockchainCom is not a small exchange. And they've demonstrated reach on a global scale. Not all exchanges demonstrate that kind of a reach. So pay attention. Pay attention. Now, the European Central Bank, ECB, has recruited 5 companies to help them test the digital euro. We're talking about, e-commerce. Oh, by the way. Peer-to-peer transactions, point of sale transactions, yada, yada, yada. There are basically 5 use cases that they've contracted these 5 companies to handle, each one handling a specific one, because they obviously have expertise in that space. Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Now, I go a little deeper and I pay attention to Amazon testing, a CBDC. Excuse me? How far away is Amazon from playing with crypto if they're already seen as being able to help with testing, a CBDC? Exactly. It's not to say that Amazon's going to hop on the bandwagon and, do all this stuff. But if they did, if Amazon woke up one day and said, we are going to accept, everybody on our platform is going to accept crypto payments. Or, not that everybody on our platform is going to accept crypto payments. Because remember, vendors on Amazon don't get paid directly. Amazon gets paid, and then that money goes out to, and I'm pretty sure it's a fast process, then that money goes out to the vendors. I wrote a book. My book is on Amazon. That's how I get paid. Now, what it would mean is Amazon, if they went this route, would accept crypto payments and then most likely turn around and say, well, I can pay you like this or I can pay you like that, vendor. Wow. Now, that's always been something looming, and that is something that not if, but when it happens, in my humble opinion, it's a definite. When it happens, that will be it. That will be the comeuppance of the Cryptoverse. Will it happen anytime soon? Only Amazon knows. Wouldn't be able to tell you. But that's a very big deal. That would be a very big deal. It would be a very big deal for them to accept CBDCs. Toe in the water, right? That's nothing more than a digital fiat. Digital euro, digital dollar, nothing more than toe in the water for all of crypto. I think it's coming. And I think an announcement like that is coming. Most people are going to look at, ECB is testing their CBD. No, I don't care about that. I care about the companies that are involved. Amazon, Nexi, a couple other companies. You sit there and you kind of go, whoa. Now that's interesting. Something else that I'm paying attention to. The global head of payments at JPMorgan said that crypto payments have been on a steep decline for the past 6 months. Put that in the back of your head. Just hold that there. What's going on since the beginning of the year? That's right. Crypto's been going down. So if you were an investor in crypto before and you have crypto taking a greater than 60%, you have, even Bitcoin taking a greater than 60, 70% dive, you sit there and you kind of say, just different Bitcoin, altcoins, all that taking big dives. Some taking as much of a dive as 90 cents, 90% rather. Now, would I be giving up all that after taking a dive? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hold that. So the people that would be interested in using crypto now is not the same pool of people that were deeply involved in crypto before. Those people do not want to give up their crypto because those would be major losses. Those would be major losses. People that are investing now, kind of like, well, yeah, that's probably the better pocket. But in the past 6 months, that's why you're seeing a decline. It doesn't mean that interest isn't there. It just means that the use isn't there. For now. Now, given that the euro has taken such a hit, would the digital euro help to buoy that fiat? Possibly. So if I was into Forex, I might be looking at that. Because as soon as somebody says, oh yeah, we'll do digital euro, done. Do you think Amazon is testing and say, okay, we're going to test it. Okay, it did all right or it didn't do. No, if they're testing it, that means they're implementing it. They have to implement the solution to test it. Question is, how long is the testing going to last? Because right after that, I'm expecting an announcement. Oh, Amazon's accepting digital euro. In which case you have to turn around looking in the United States and be like, oh, well, where's your CBDC? And it's going to tell the rest of the world Amazon's ready to accept their CBDCs as well. Depending on their implementation. Whoa. So would the euro be the first, CBDC that would be accepted on platforms like Amazon? Nexi, the rest of them? Looking like. So today, the market's either going to explode with positivity or it's going to smash on the rocks, because, not everything's going so well. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Be nice if my mouse was working. Guess not, huh? There's my mouse. All right. So let's close this because what I want to do. Wow. This is bad. All right. So hopefully it'll work now. Nope. So apparently something's going on with my mouse. So I've got to figure that one out, but not now. Now's not the time. So about 2:00, we'll have the Fed chairman come out and tell us what's going on with everything. And then I'm expecting that we would have, like I said, a market reaction to what's going on. And that's what's going to be funny. Not funny, haha. Funny like, And that's what I'm expecting. All right. Just want to get everything right for you guys. Sorry I'm taking so long. If my mouse hadn't failed, we'd be in a better place. So right now, you've got, yeah, it's still not going to work. That's crazy. That's nuts. All right. That's all right. We can still move on. So what I'm expecting right now is like fear and greed index is about 23. Unchanged since yesterday. So everybody's kind of even. Deep breath as we wait for the Fed. Deep breath as we wait for everything that happens on Capitol Hill. Now, here are the charts. We're still below my inner band. That lower level on my inner band is over here. Bitcoin is still below it. What I do, the reason why I have an inner band and an outer band is because the outer band tells me this was the recent high and this was the recent low. Okay, this is my floor, this is my resistance. And remember, that floor is at 17,608 for Bitcoin. I always do that, Binance and Bitcoin, I don't know why. Anyway, and then you have the high at 23.4. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm just going, yeesh. Can we see anything go any further? And it looks like there's a big resistance to Bitcoin going anywhere, below 18,000. So I'm paying attention. As well, you should be paying attention. If you're looking across the board, I see XRP. I see you, right? I see you going higher. The question is, before the SEC lawsuit came about, how well was XRP doing? It wasn't. It was not doing well. And I don't care that it's some of the best tech that's out there. I don't care. XRP wasn't doing all that well before the lawsuit. Just remember that. So it going up right now, that's great. But I think the momentum and I just had this conversation with my friends, Nick, a few days ago. The momentum that it had previous has dissipated. And because that vacuum was caused, you have other projects that have been able to slide in where XRP once reigned. Okay, so XRP would have to come out, lawsuit would have to go away, they'd have to be put back on exchanges, they'd have to go back out there and prove to their previous partners that, hey, we still have the baddest thing on the planet, blah, blah, blah. Problem, XRP, the coin, is just XRP, the coin. What Ripple is selling is XRP Ledger, and those are the services that the company Ripple owns. Vive la différence. Just saying, right? If you want to look at the list, yeah, you have some green, you have a lot of red. Algo's red, which is, shocker there. Why does this take so long? All right, there you go. Let's get in. That's right. CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance, in case you didn't realize that. So yeah, you have a whole bunch of things going on. Tether's still pegged to the dollar. That's awesome. USD coin, don't sleep on that. Tether's got problems, and USD coin is slow and steady. Yes, it got cut by Voyager X. Yes, it got cut by Binance. But that's only because Binance, I believe, owns Voyager X, and they're trying to make sure that BUSD grows. That's great. Or the usage of BUSD grows. That's great. Tether's got reserves for USD coin, and that's one of the reasons why if I'm going to park money, I'm going to park it in USD coin, if not in cash. Just saying. So there are a whole bunch of reasons why I'm paying attention to that. Cardano at 44. I think it was down as much as 42, 41, something like that. I don't know that I've seen 40. But for me, good place to buy, because remember, the Vassal hard fork is happening right now. It's happening right now, and that means that the Vassal hard fork will complete tomorrow. Not start tomorrow. Be done tomorrow. And that's when I'm expecting more news to hit. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. If you like the journey that me and my kids are on, do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping new videos. All right? Have a good one. Bye-bye.